Good morning and welcome to Channel 74 News. I'm Jay Gonzalez and today is Thursday, November 10th.
And I'm Julian Zhao. Today marks the return of the annual Veterans Day program to Sashes. Channel 74 will have full coverage of today's program on Tuesday. We'd like to thank all veterans for their service, especially Sashes staff members, Ms. Tibbetts, Mr. Faust, Mr. Carbaugh, and Mr. Casarda.
The holiday season is fast approaching and Sashes has two ways you can help those in need. The first opportunity is Toys for Tots, sponsored by the Life Skills class. Reporter Tanner Mason spoke with Taylor, Blake, and Mrs. Brandt about Toys for Tots, and here's that report.
Thanks, Jay. Since 1947, the Marines have sponsored Toys for Tots to help provide toys and gifts to needy children during the holidays. This year, Ms. Brandt's class is running the Sashes program. Taylor, what kind of toys are you looking for?
Any toys, but they have to be brand new.
Blake, how long can students and staff bring in toys, and where should they be taken?
At the front of the lobby by December 1st.
And finally, Ms. Brandt, what happens to the toys after they are donated?
Well, the Marines will come pick them up in the afternoon of December 1st, and then they will distribute them to our local community to families in need.
You heard it, guys. Toys for Tots is a great program, and we can help put a smile on a child's face this holiday season. Let's help the Life Skills class make Toys for Tots a big success this year. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that story, Tanner. We love to see that box in the lobby overfilling with toys very soon. The second opportunity for you to help out the Student Council's collection drive for the Ronald McDonald's house in Hershey. Reporter Dylan Eisworth spoke with Mrs. Yanish, Mrs. Mowers, and Nora Braun about the collection. Here's that story.
Thanks, Julian. I'm here with Nora Braun and Mrs. Mowers. Thanks for joining us, Channel 74 today. Nora, can you tell us about your experience with the Ronald McDonald House?
Yeah, so my experience started in September 2019 when I was having some pretty severe health issues, and I was admitted into Penn State Hershey for a little over 3 months. My parents tried to commute back and forth every day, and it was really, really hard on our family dynamic. So we decided to try out the Ronald McDonald House, and they really helped me stay close to my family, and the staff there were amazing, and it was just overall a very good experience.
Okay. Ms. Mowers, what about your experience at the Ronald McDonald House?
Well, whenever I had my twins, who are seniors now, this was 2004, they were very premature because I was pregnant with twins and it was a tough pregnancy, and they came about 2 months early, and I was taken to Hershey to deliver them, and that's where they were born, and everybody that I knew and loved lived in Shippensburg. I had nowhere to stay, and I had no idea, like about a week after I had the boys, I was released from the hospital, and the Ronald McDonald House offered me to stay there, and I lived there for about a month while my boys were in the NICU, which was really amazing. I had no idea how beneficial that was to me, because I would have had to pay for a hotel, I would have had to pay for all my meals, and I couldn't even think about anything but the health of my newborn babies at the time, and it was just so nice that they would get me to the hospital. They gave me a shuttle, but I spent the first month of their life just sitting with them in the Hershey NICU. So it was amazing to be able to have food, have a place to stay, and not have to worry about that.
So Nora, how can the Sashes students help the Ronald McDonald House?
So students, you can bring in a bunch of different fun things. There's a wish list, there are a bunch of them all over the place in the halls, and also you can bring in aluminum tabs, and there's bags in all of the classrooms as well as in the cafeteria during lunch. And the Ronald McDonald House has actually raised over $300,000 just by these aluminum tabs. So, yeah.
So when you think of the Ronald McDonald House, what adjectives come to mind?
Well, for me, I'd have to say unexpected and generous. I was so amazed at how miraculously I was cared for, and I just never expected such generosity from an organization. It really was beneficial.
I would also say generosity and just kindness and overall just so much hope in that building.
Thank you for your time today. Please save those aluminum tabs and bring in those donations. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Well done, Dylan. And remember, those aluminum tabs are a really easy way to help Student Council with this important project. In other news, last evening was the annual Powder Puff game.
Well, Jay, give us a score. Who won?
Jew, you know we film these things a day in advance, so I have no idea who won. The game hasn't happened yet, but we will have highlights and a full report next week.
On Tuesday, Mrs. Akers, Miss Line, and Mr. Ford took students on a military field trip to Fort Indiantown Gap. Here's a few pics courtesy of Mrs. Line. Another field trip on Tuesday was the Broadway Club's venture to the Lures Center to see the Nutcracker Ballet. Everyone on the trip enjoyed the break from school to see a great performance.
Reminder to 9th graders, if you're planning on going to Career Tech next week, permission slips are due in the guidance office today. Also, a final reminder that volleyball tournament is Saturday morning in the gym. There's still time to register your team. See Mr. Gove if interested.
That's it for today. Jay and I are handing over the mics for a few weeks. We know you'll miss us. Her loss.
21.
Thanks for watching, and as always,
stay classy, Shippensburg.
Thanks for the story, Tanner.
Yeah, we're doing really bad today. Yeah. Well done, Dylan. And remember, those alumni. Oh, I said alumni.
Aluminum.
I don't know why I said that. I swear I was reading it earlier and I said alumni.
What happened to your vocabulary?
Vocabulary.
Reminder to 9th graders. Yeah, I'm trying. Remember, oh, bro, I'm not feeling it today.